Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Huskers will kick it off to get us underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll send the back in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
White wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. The sure hands, it's Moore. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Quarterback keeps it. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. And the Hurricanes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of...
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Huskers! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Safe to say, this defense sets the tone for their football team. They were the reason they won the last time out, and they are putting the clamps down on their opponent early in this one.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. White going to attack through the air. The screen, he's got wheels.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
The Canes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
That's a 3rd down the offense simply had to have there. You're obviously trailing early in this game. You're trying to generate some momentum. So 3rd down, defense is playing zone. You just got to find the soft spot in coverage, make it easy on your quarterback. Those two guys able to link up.
creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, starting flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They've got to get the football to the 32 to pick up the first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Beautifully thrown ball, terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. White wants to throw it. Fakes to grab. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. A run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Hurricane!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final score for a notable game today in the American. Rice is going to enjoy the trip back to Houston after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road and you stack wins there at home, and suddenly it's quite the resume. Always fun to see two of the better programs in the American duke it out. A good barometer for both coaches, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Looking for space. It's I. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Raiola. Finds his tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Fires to the big fella. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field.
Turning it on! He's at the 20. Touchdown, Nebraska! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the 2nd level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. The Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. White going to attack through the air. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Great place to start for this offense. Trying to get the corner. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the grab. It's Williams. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one. A 47-yarder from the right hash. What a disappointment. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after a minute.
Just not enough leg on that kick. He wasn't able to clear the crossbar.
They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. White wants to throw it. He's got him in the flat. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Get it out to the supersonic guy. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
This running back is a weapon. Not only is he going to hurt you in the run game, but they're going to throw it to him. And they're going to throw it to him on 1st down, 2nd down, and 3rd down, as you saw right there.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example.
Oh, a lot of space.
It's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he makes the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here's the return from inside his 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and breaks into the open. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. When you're called Corn Huskers, you're like a big red thrashing machine, and you're going to get it done on the ground.
Just going to chew up the ground yards. Just going to eat you up, play physical, be different. And that's what Nebraska fans want. Throw back to the old days, the glory days, and they want some of that here in this recent history.
Pulls it in. It's Clark. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Catch in the middle. It's Mills. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Fields. Gets it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, they're trying to hit the slant, right? That's a bang-bang type play. It's got to happen fast. Good throw. Receiver just couldn't come up with the catch.
Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. Fights off a defender.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And now they take the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Michigan State is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Kirk Cousins had a hand in getting this quarterback to East Lansing, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 10 to Louisiana Tech. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. It's Carr. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. White going to attack through the air. Makes the grab. Man, just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Hey, quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grab near the sticks. It's Moore. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion of that out route. Sometimes those quarterbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick 6. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
Finds a man on the left. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offense.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And the sack comes from the middle linebacker, who is the quarterback of the defense. Not only does he get everybody lined up, make all the calls, play the run, he can also rush the passer and sack quarterbacks. What a job.
Using the quick game. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. To the air, it's Raiola. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the Huskers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Markway. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man. It's Mills. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. Here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. Hauled down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This is going to be a tough field goal try. 55 yards and from the left hash. The field goal is no good. After the miss, the lead is still 4. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Canes will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Clark. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can.
There he goes. Past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. They're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Might as well give it to him again. At midfield, he's got room. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run to guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Here's a heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
That's caught. It's Williams. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The long missed field goal squashed any hopes of scoring on the last drive. They'll try to get something done this time. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy in front of us.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. White wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Moore. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Carr. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
The screen, and watch out. Down to the 30-yard line where he stopped after a gain of 5, and that will be a 1st down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. Now on the move. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
White going to attack through the air. He won't have enough for the 1st down as the defense able to corral him. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense did exactly what they wanted to do. You force the passing situations. Now what do? Now you can drop back, play pass. And when the quarterback scrambles, now I just rally to the football. I tackle him on the ground, and I force the 4th down.
On 4th down, going to the air. Couldn't find his man, and they'll give up the football on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to pass on second down. Under fire. Got a man in the middle. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with a first down.
Gain of 11. That's a first down for the offense.
New set of downs after the completion. They'll move the tight end. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Raiola. Snagged in the middle, it's Barney. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
The Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So first down will open up the final period. Leaves it with the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The Cornhuskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Fields. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I love the play call running the football here in the 4th quarter because with the score what it is right now, everything is at your disposal on offense. You are not panicking. This isn't throw every single down, all of a sudden 2-minute air raid type stuff. You can run the ball. You can do all of your stuff, personnel, shifting, motioning. You just got to be very, very careful and absolutely cannot turn it over.
Give to the running back. He has the first and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
And the Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Give to the big fullback. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
That's why this guy's a good, strong safety. You've got to be able to affect the running game. You've got to be able to play in the box close to the line of scrimmage and make tackles. That time, good stop on the fullback.
The Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The toss to the outside. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. Tight end finds a soft spot. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10.
When you got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field, because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up the first.
And the Huskers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Takes the handoff. It's Fields. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the fullback. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
Coming out with it, it's Horn. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The Canes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Sends it back in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Three wideouts to the right on 2nd and 8. White wants to throw it. The screen, he can go. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
The offense has plenty of time, and this defense trying to dig in and get one more stop and hang on to this lead. Good timing on the quick out. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
I got to tell you, I love the thought on offense. You want to get one of the fastest players in the country the ball in space, see if he can break one, make you a big play in a 2-minute situation. But that's just a better job tackling by the defense. They practice that all week, and it shows up big here late.
He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Finds his man, it's Moore. Stop short of the marker, and a stop for this defense, and they get the ball back.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Got room to work. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. They are closing in on a confidence-building victory. Not only do you knock off a higher-ranked team, but you do it by running the ball, guys.
Yeah, running the football, being physical. And here's the thing. It's always nice when you beat a team ranked above you because you know you're going to climb above them and several spots up. So just earning that resume, Jesse, as the year goes on.
And proving they're the more physical team and putting everybody else in the rest of their schedule on notice that they're going to have to buckle up and try to stop this. At the end of the day, games are won and lost still. In the trenches, they got it done today.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. They'll try to pop the draw. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Raiola. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for the squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go.
down.